Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers.
Ready, 18 Gator, check right 54, right 54, on the army, check, he's rock it, sit it.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
General West. Hey, Haywood. Speed grip.
They're going to try and throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Throwing on first down is Murray, being chased out left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Murray. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Hey, Charlie!
Fournette, a first down carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Protein spill. Go. Bravo. 56, Mike, 56. Snap.
From the gun on 3rd down. Ford. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
25. Look at me. Go.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, Sam off.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Ready, 8, 3. 6, right there. 56. Hard. Big grip.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down?
Drop, rock it.
They'll run forward with Fournette, and he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
30 base. 54. I'm coming for you. You mine. Check, check. Fresno. Say.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts.
Let's go.
So as they take it over, we step aside.
On the double. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, lock it.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd and 9. Murray. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Murray now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Ready? Go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Here we go.
Murray now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
It's just me and you. Come on. Mike 51. Mike 51. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
1st down, Murray. Flushed out right. That's caught. It's Thomas. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Michael Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive It was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go.
From the gun, Ford. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Door. Hey, Foxtrot.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Come on, set. 10-2, sir. Hey, Alpha. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Ford. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. They'll try and throw for it here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This is Fournette. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. From the gun, Ford. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He's going to launch this thing. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 37. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Murray. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Now Murray off play action. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Go, baby. Return it. Get that ball.
Operating from the gun. Ford able to get this to Gordon. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go now. 8, read.
56. Record.
Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. On 4th down, Ford. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw on 2nd down. Ford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mostert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. This is Mostert. There he goes again. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big pickup of 38. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go. Okay, 51. Right, 51. Coming. Begin.
Mostert. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there for the Niners. Give him 52 yards on the ground. Here's Mostert. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
51, Mike 51. Come on. Check 31.
On 2nd down, Freeman. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Freeman again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, D.
Hard. Ready?
Now Fournette. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And Thomas has it. 8 yards there and a first down. Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
All day, every day, any day.
They fake the handoff, now Murray. He gets it to Thomas. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards the pickup there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Play action. Now it's Murray. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Murray keeps it himself. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Kyler Murray with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes this a 9-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll run with Fournette. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Ford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Back to throw. Ford. And an alley to run. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. In for the score. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Fournette. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Fournette. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep rights. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for the Niners. 48 yards. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 8 yards out. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that pushes the lead up to 23. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he loses the football a second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Back to throw it, Murray. Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go. Get your money. Hey, Mike 51. Zip it. Zoom.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Murray, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. A handoff to Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season,
this is caught inside the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this.